Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get success easily, where many people struggle? Well, it depends on many reasons, but today we will discover a secret, which all successful people do, and without that, it's almost impossible to be successful consistently. Hello, I'm happy you are here. Welcome to this very first video on self-development. It's Afsana Mimi from English and Self. Meet John and Peter. They are classmates, neighbors, their economic status is similar, parents are supportive, and they have many things in common. And of course, both want to get good grades and friends to hang out. But John always makes poor result and has no good friend. Whereas Peter is a bright, happy boy. His result makes proud everybody and people love to talk to him. Wait, they're both supposed to be successful. If Peter does, why not John? It's because Peter follows the 80-20 rule, but John doesn't. Now, if you don't know what the 80-20 rule is, here's the easy explanation for you. This rule, also known as Pareto principle, is originated from an Italian economist, Vilfredo Pareto, who observed that only 20% people owns 80% of the total money and fame in Italy. He got curious and started researching and found that it's almost true on every other aspects, such as 80% of the revenue comes from 20% of the sales. 80% of the complaint comes from 20% of the customers. 80% of the alcoholic population consists with 20% of the people. 80% of the language is comprised of 20% of the words. And the list goes on, where 20% of the causes leads to 80% of the consequences. Interesting, isn't it? If we break this rule, we'll find two major points. Point number 1, identifying and focusing on the top 20% work. Let's back to John and Peter. John, even though he says good result and authentic friends are important, but he rarely put conscious effort on that. He doesn't have any routine or priority tasks at all. He just randomly passes his time, sometimes studies, but he wastes a lot of time with unnecessary activities. Also, he's not dedicated to his friends. Whereas Peter, well, he cares about his priorities. Every single night, he makes his to-do list for tomorrow, and he never forgets to put study hard and hanging out with close friends on top of all other works. Which leads us to the point number 2. Don't move to the next until the first and second are done. Sounds good, but what if we have more works than these two? Of course, you shouldn't neglect other important tasks too, but only focus on them once you completely finished up with your top 2 tasks. Back to John and Peter. Whenever John sits for study, he starts engaging with many other tasks, repeatedly checking his phone, either started scrolling social media or playing video games. But Peter, he knows the secret. When he studies, he only studies and he never switches into other tasks. Even if his friends call him to meet, he will set a schedule in the evening, but not until he finishes his study. And he never compromises with that. So, he resists his temptation to switch into other tasks until the top 20% is done. Why? Because he knows that these are the bottom 80% tasks, trivial many. As for giving time to friends, well, John doesn't have any priority friend. Anyone invites him, he will join with him. Simply put, he is not focused on building a good friendship relation and putting effort on connecting with him better. That's why he usually doesn't have anyone to share his feelings, and not to mention he feels very lonely sometimes. On the contrary, Peter tends to give much more time to his close friend Jerry than any other friends. As he knows, Jerry alone gives him 80% of the friendship satisfaction, and he's really happy with it. In summary, Peter consciously put effort on the most priority works and get this done before moving on to any other task. But John doesn't. He's a random guy who doesn't know that only working on the top priority can bring his desired success. And that 80-20 perspective significantly impacts the outcome of the exam grade and friendship quality. So the rule can be a game changer for you, my friend. Since 80% of the value comes from 20% of the tasks, why not prioritize your 2 most valuable tasks and get them done? The steps are pretty simple. Ask yourself, what are the important tasks for today? What truly matters to you? Then write them down in a paper. Next, find out which 2 are the most important and will bring severe consequences if you don't complete those. Pin those 2 tasks and complete with your full concentration. And remember the golden rule, never move on the 3rd task until the 1st and 2nd are done. That's it. If you continue following this every single day, my friend, you will soon find yourself not only getting things done much quicker and satisfied, but also you will get tremendous success easily. In fact, anyone can be successful if he follows the 80-20 rule consistently. As the Brian Tracy says, there's never enough time to do everything, but there's always enough time to do the most valuable tasks. Success lies on getting them done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, bye!